Good morning, y'all. Looking a mess, no makeup on, but rise and shine. It's time to grind. I'm gonna go ahead and put my lashes on real quick, shade in the brows, and we're gonna be out on our way to do some Walmart Spark, maybe multi-app. I don't know. We'll see how the day goes. All right, y'all. So we are back. Lashes are on, brows are shaded in, lip gloss is popping. No, I'm just kidding. So we are, excuse me, heading to Walmart. I'm going to go into the Portland metro area. There's 3 Walmarts within like a 5-ish mile radius of each other. I live in a smaller town, so I don't have a Walmart in my town. I go in one of 3 directions. Either west, which would be the Beaverton, Hillsboro area, which is where another YouTuber that I follow, right along with Bree, she does a lot of ride along videos, Walmart, DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats, things like that. And she's in my area. I know she tries to stick to the Beaverton side of things and doesn't try to go into Portland, especially into downtown. I try not to go into downtown if I don't have to, unless the pay is worth it. Downtown is kind of chaos. It's a lot of one-way streets, a lot of construction going on right now. There's still a lot of cleanup and things that need to be done since we had our riots a few years back with the Black Lives Matter movement. Plus COVID shut down, a lot of businesses went out, a lot of vandalism happened. So there's a lot of boarded up down there, but there's also a lot of homeless, and just a lot of pedestrians in general. And so for me, I get a little bit overwhelmed going into downtown with the amount of people, the one-way streets, the limited parking. It's just a lot. So I try not to go down there unless I'm very familiar with the areas that I'm going to. I do have a few customers that I'm familiar with, that I do deliver to semi-regularly when I come into the Portland area. So those addresses I will take because I know what I'm getting myself into. But yeah, generally, so there's Beaverton area, which has, I believe, like 5 Walmarts. Those ones are kind of scattered out and not as close as Portland. But generally, I go into a smaller town, which is, it's Woodburn, Oregon, and they have a Walmart. I tend to go there only because they have better pay, but it is a smaller town and a lot of like country homes, so the mileage is a little bit longer. Yeah, I go into Woodburn if I'm only planning on doing Walmart Spark and just trying to make a few dollars real quick, because I can usually catch like a $20 to $40 order, and might take me an hour to do it. It's usually, like I said, out in the country, a little bit like 2 to 3 stops, and done within an hour. Usually average about $35 for that. If I'm not planning on multi-apping, then I'll go to Woodburn. If I'm going to be multi-apping, I go into either Beaverton zone or Portland metro zone, because I cannot run my Grubhub in Woodburn. Skipcart works in Woodburn, but it's so new in the Portland metro area that I don't get many orders out there. I've had it on several times when I've been out there, and I've never gotten an order. But when I work in the Portland area, I do get a few Skipcart orders while I'm working. And then also turn on my Instacart. I don't typically do Instacart unless it is just a few items. And usually it's something like Walgreens, Rite Aid, CVS, or PetSmart, Petco, things like that. I try to not over like 10 items just because of the length of time it takes. And I don't know if it's just me or what, but the apps always seem, I just have issues. It always seems like they glitch, or it could be 5 or 10 and like half of them won't be in stock. So if it's only like 5 or 10 items and majority of it's not in stock, I can only imagine what an order with like 30 or 40 items is going to be like. So I only do it if it's really quick. If it's something where I can run in, run out, drop it off real quick. So the main app that I use is generally Walmart Spark. And the reason for that is I feel like the pay is a little bit better. I don't have as many issues as I do with the other apps. I get a lot more orders, so it's quicker for me to make money. The other thing is, in my first video, I mentioned that I'm disabled. So I have several issues. I have back issues. I have limited use to my right leg due to nerve damage. I broke my back last year, and on top of that, I already have issues with my back. I've messed up my back several times. I'll get into that in another video, but I have a lot of health issues, a lot of restrictions on the types of orders and things that I can do. So with Walmart Spark, it shows you the addresses before you even accept the orders. So generally what I do is I will pull up the order, and then I will pop over to Maps and Google the addresses first before I take the orders. So if it's a house, I don't care really too much how many items it has. I do try to limit or not take orders that have too many items or too many big items. Water, lots of cases of soda, anything that's extremely heavy, or really large orders that are going to be multiple trips back and forth. I try to steer clear of apartments altogether. If it's a bottom floor or like townhouses, things like that, I usually will take them. I don't care. But we have a lot of tall buildings here, a lot of 2 and 3 story buildings with no elevators. So I don't take those ones. For one, it's very time consuming for me with the limited use that I have of my leg. I can fall. I'm a fall risk, because my leg will just randomly give out on me and I can't feel it. So I definitely don't do heavy items, cases of water, things like that to apartments. I will do apartments upstairs if it's just a few items, maybe 1 or 2 bags, just light things that I can maybe throw in like a single Grubhub bag and just hulk it up there. But if it's more than one trip, I won't take apartments that are upstairs, for the physical reasons, but also because I have severe PTSD with stairs. I've always had a fear of heights. I've always been claustrophobic since childhood. But when I broke my back, how I broke my back was by falling down the stairs, and actually doing Grubhub. So that's for another story time, because that was some shit. But yeah, so anytime I have to do stairs now, even if it's just the second floor, I have a severe anxiety attack. Anyways, okay, so we're here at Walmart in West Lynn. It's about 10 minutes to 11, so we'll see if anything is going to come through now, before the next drop, which is at 20 after. Otherwise, we'll just kind of hang out. I do have my Grubhub on and Skipcart. I do need to go in and turn on my Instacart, and we'll see how today goes. Y'all, the orders that I really miss is there was this floral shop in one of the locations near Portland that I would get paid to deliver flowers through Walmart Spark, but it was delivering flowers. And I would get paid like anywhere from like $30 to $60 for like 2 or 3 stops. And who doesn't want to deliver flowers and make someone's day and get paid for it and get paid good? I mean, the mileage was high because it was, sometimes different towns over, but the pay was so much, it was like so worth it. Like one of them I remember I did, it was like 16 miles, but I got paid like $58 for like 3 stops, I believe it was. I miss those ones. And I've worked out in the Portland Metro doing Spark a few times recently and have not gotten any of those. So I don't know if the lady is still contracted through Walmart. I know she was also contracted through DoorDash, but it depended on the mileage because DoorDash would only go so far and Walmart would go further out. So if they were closer into the location of her shop and up to a certain dollar amount, I believe she was explaining to me one night, it would go through DoorDash. If it was longer mileage or a bulk order, like multiple stops, it would go through Walmart. I haven't gotten any of those lately, so I really hope I can get one of those today. I loved those. That would set the pace for my whole day. Okay, so hair had to go up because it's getting hot. It's been raining the last week here in Oregon, at least where I'm at. And today is actually sunny, a little sunny. It's like 55 today, is what the weather's saying, but it's sunny. It's still a little chilly out, but at least the sun's here. We'll take it. I've been sitting out here for almost an hour and not gotten an order. So the next drop is in about 12 minutes. I'm going to hang out here at this Walmart that I'm at and see if that next drop produces anything. If not, I'm going to go closer in to Portland. Excuse me, I've got hiccups. I'm going to go closer into Portland to one of the other Walmarts. I've got to run by the bank and deposit some money from my tips from work last night. And there's a bank on the way to that Walmart. And there's also some more 7-Elevens, which is usually what I get from Skipcart. I don't know if there's other stores that they go through or what, but I've only dealt with 7-Eleven. And there's multiple 7-Elevens in the area of this other Walmart location. So we're going to hang out here for a few minutes, see if I get anything. If not, we're moving to the next spot. Okay, so we did not get any orders. There was literally one order that came through, and it was a shopping order for 10 items. But the mileage and the pay were just not worth it. I think it was like $13 for 7 miles, which isn't too bad, but for me, it's just not worth it. So we're going to go head over to the other Walmart. The other thing is it is 11:23, so it's lunchtime. If I go closer into Portland, I should be able to get more Grubhub orders. So maybe we'll focus on that for lunch and then come back to Spark. But I'm going to leave all of them on and just see what we get. Let's head over. So I've got about 30 minutes before the 12:20 drop, and I'm getting hungry. I haven't eaten yet today, so I am going to run over to Safeway. I think I'm gonna get a rotisserie chicken and some fruit. That way I have protein to kind of snack on throughout the day and possibly even for dinner. Instead of getting fast food, I'm really trying to watch what I'm eating, especially when I'm in the car, because it's so easy to just run through the drive-through. It's a lot cheaper and it's quicker than getting out and going into the grocery store. But since I've got time and Grubhub isn't really kicking up just yet, I'm going to run into Safeway. So I will let you know what I end up getting when I get back. 2 pounds of strawberries for $2.99, but none of them look very good, and some of them actually have mold on them. Okay, y'all, so I ended up killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I had to use the restroom as well, and so the Safeway that I went to, they had a restroom that ended up being right at the front of the store near the register that I had checked out at. So we got to go potty, and now we're back on the road. So I got some grapes, purple, green, some Honeycrisp apples. I ended up finding some strawberries in the batch, so I went ahead and got those because they were on sale. The 2-pound one for like $2.29. Then I got some bananas. I don't eat bananas very often, but I do like them on occasion. The other thing I got is a Monster. I usually do the 0 sugary, 0 calorie, and I saw this one. I haven't this yet. So this is the Ultra Fantasy Ruby Red. I don't know, the can looked cool, so we're going to try it. And then I got myself some flavored water. So these, I just got a raspberry blackberry, and then I got a mango pineapple. I have not tried either of these 2 flavors, so we'll see. But they were on sale for like 89 cents. So we got those. I still have not gotten any orders. Like, I mean, there's a few in the queue, but they're not worth it at all. 2 that are just sitting there are for GameStop, but they're in the mall. I don't like going to the mall, especially the mall that they're referring to. And the other thing, it's only paying, I mean, it's paying like $18 or something like that, but it's going 14, just about 15 miles. It's like 14.8 in like 3 cities over. So that's going to be a no for me. But yeah, so I've been out for like 3 hours. I've been out since about 10, like 9:30. I left my house, I think, about 9:30. So I've been out for 3 hours and nothing. No money has been made yet. Although I just spent $50 at Safeway. Oh, I showed you all my fruit and I forgot to tell you. I got protein too. I got roasted chicken. I got the butter garlic or herb and butter. It's herb and butter because the only other one that they had was a mango habanero, and I don't do hot. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna pick at my chicken for a little bit. Okay, y'all, so I'm back at the Walmart parking lot. There's about 10 minutes before the next drop. It is 10 minutes after 1. So we're almost to hour 4 now with no money. But we're going to hang out here for a minute. I'm going to see what happens with this next drop. If nothing happens over here, I'm going to go to the other town. Probably into Beaverton. I want to try to keep my apps on if I can. If not, we're going to head to Woodburn and just focus on Walmart Spark and see if we can just get anything. At this point, I'm hoping for like $50 today. I try to go normally for like 100 a day, if not a little more. But I also try to do only maybe like 4 hours. I do work, but I only work part-time. However, I do work at a job where I get tips. So that definitely helps, but they're not the greatest. I work in a little spot that's kind of like a bar, so I get tips, but it's in a smaller town, and the main ethnic group that goes in there is not big on tipping per their culture. So tips can be decent. Most days I might average like 40 to 60 bucks, depending on my shift. I generally work day shift weekends, but if I work a night shift, I tend to make a little bit more. So yeah. Anyways, so my goal, I try to make like 100 a day doing the delivery stuff, but days like this, if I can even pull 50 bucks, we're going to just take it, because any extra money is better than no money. Oh, we're going to try this. I just popped it open while I was chatting with you guys, so I'm going to take a sip. It tastes like fruit punch. I figured, yeah, because it says Ruby Red. I figured it would taste like fruit punch, but I was hoping it wasn't like a nasty taste, and it's actually good. It tastes good. It just tastes like fruit punch, but 0 sugar and 0 calories. I think it's like 10 calories for the whole can. Yeah, 10 calories for the whole can. So we'll take it. This is it. So there's stuff everywhere. Look, if you look in that back corner, I started stacking stuff neatly, nicely. It was all good. And then when I got moving help in the truck, everything just got kind of thrown in.